Mr. President, Democratic leaders in Congress are urging you not to veto legislation that removes a ban on federal financing of abortions for the poor. House Speaker Foley says your position is harsh, terribly harsh, on the poorest, most vulnerable American women. Will you let that legislation become law?
My position is well known and well stated, and right now there is some negotiation and discussion going on. I have not read the conference language, and so we're going to be meeting with some of the various most interested congressional parties on this and see what can be resolved. I'm not looking for any conflict over this. I'm not going to change my position any, but let's see how those negotiations come out, and we'll start discussing that today. But
are you opposed to federal funding to help pay for the abortions for young women who are victims of rape or incest? Are you ultimately opposed, or is there some room for compromise?
Yes, I'm opposed, and we'll see what we can do in terms of the conference committee to see if there is room for flexibility. Yeah, John?
Politically afraid, sir, to veto the flag statute if you truly believe it's the wrong way to go?
No, I think it's an expression, an overwhelming expression on the part of the Congress to do something about the protection of the flag. So I'm not going to veto it, but I don't think it's enough. So I'm saying I'm not going to sign it, and that's a symbol that I don't think it's enough. But I don't want to set the clock way back and rule out the legislation, even though I don't think it's enough. But what I don't like to see is that the last month here, the suggestion raised that our insistence on capital gains is extraneous, or that it is something that is holding up the reconciliation process, when it was a fundamental part of it to begin with. But whether there's some room for compromise in that, and I want to credit our leadership. Senator Dole is doing a superb job. Whether there's room to compromise on it, I'd leave it to those that are negotiating on that right now. I have a statement I'd like to make, and then some time constraints. Be glad to answer a few questions. I believe that the American flag is a unique and special symbol of our nation.
Everything at the time of making it cool, and you didn't feel that there were any real problems in retrospective. Actually, the rules of procedure on handling on crisis management, and then you have asked the Hill for more authority to operate during a coup or plan a coup or whatever.
Better, but there has not been a intelligence gap that would have made me act in a different way. And I repeat that. And there's been endless interest to do or not to do, but I've seen no fact that would make me